we've got some megas we've got to go through today. So there are 4 in this pile. Primal Kyogre, Mega Rayquaza, Mega Blastoise and Primal Groudon. The Primals are such nice cards. Look at these. I've got some before shots already, so I'll put this on the video before we do it. But the difference you'll find with these cards is they are all, I believe, other than the Blastoise, I think, there's like a ribbed texture on them. So what I'm going to do is we're going to whack these under the camera, see if we can see anything on this surface. I know what the backs look like already. And then we are going to have a look at the backs. I don't think there's going to be a lot we can do with this whitening. There's quite a bit on the edges in places. I mean, you can see it there as you run down that, but we'll have a look. If there is, then we'll put some moisture in the card and we'll see if we can get it over. If it's gone completely and it's just whitening because the blue's missing, then that is what it is. But the main thing is just get these nice and clean. I mean, that's looking a little bit grubby. They just need a bit of TLC. So let's get these out of the sleeves actually. Have a quick look one by one. Primal Groudon is looking good. It's a very nice surface that. There's no real dinks or marks on any of these cards, to be honest, other than the backs, which is a big shame. I'm going to see if I can do something with whitening on the corners, but it's going to be it's not really a given. Mega Rayquaza, I love this card. Again, texture, I don't know why I'm rubbing it, you can't hear it, but texture surface. There's a bit of a big, you can see there, big dink there. I'm going to check to see if that's just a bit of folded back. If it is, then we'll have work on that. And then we have got the Blastoise. Now this, oh no, it's textured. I'm wrong. It must be the other one that's not then. Gorgeous card again. Centering on these looks really good. There is something there, but I can't see it with my eye and the light's a bit crap. So we're going to try that. And then on that corner there, I don't know if you can see it, there is definitely something. So we're going to have a look. Let's get the camera out and we'll have a look under that. Right, so we're going to work on the Blastoise first then. So let's get this card on this mat. I'll just put something down so I'm protecting it. Right, now on the surface, when you look at this, it doesn't actually look that bad. I mean, you can see the edges on the front aren't too bad. I'm just going to run along that top edge. There is something there. I don't know if you can see it. We're going to just have a little, get a little bit of cleaner on that and see whatever it is will come off, or if it is just a bit of rubbish. So just a little bit of dirt on there, so that's good. Now these things you can't really see with the naked eye sometimes, and then when they go off for grading, that's the sort of thing they get marked down for. So we are going to give this a clean in general, so if there is little bits, it's not too bad, but we'll pick them up. But it's just the black dots, they don't always come off because of this ridge surface, they get stuck in the ridge. Let's scoot along here, so again there's a little bit there, but that looks more like tiny bit there. We'll have a play with that in a minute, but let's go across the top here. Oh, hello. It's right on the Blastoise itself, so that's up here. So we will get some moisture on that in a minute. We'll have a little play. It's really difficult to get these out when it's on these ridge cards, but we can have a look. We've got a little bit there, and that carries on that. Oh, it's quite a big. See, that's not evident on the surface. You don't really see it, but we are going to have a go on it. If we need to put this in the humidor and work on it, we will, but we'll try. Problem is, again, it's getting these. You try and flatten these out with a heat gun and you can get rid of the ridges, and it's not great for the cards. Let's focus on this top. We'll worry about that crease in a minute. So again, on there we've got some marks on the top there. We will sort that out in a minute. Going to give the whole card a good polish, to be honest, so we'll get rid of the bulk of this. But it's these sorts of things there. see that's normally a bit of dirt, and that is gone. There's a bit on that black. Good. And let's work our way down this. There's quite a bit on this card, so I don't want to bore you all by me just heavy breathing into the camera, but I'm going to quickly run down this. We'll give this a good clean. I'm going to scan over this quick just so we can see. I'll come back to the dots and everything on it and clean them up. I like to run down the edge first, around the whole edge, so I can see if there's anything. And then we'll run over the actual surface itself. A little bit on the corner there, you can't, that's not, again, not really evident when you're looking at it, which is a bit of a pain, but it's looking good so far. You can see all the ridges, which is good, they're where they're meant to be. A little bit of surface lift there, that's, again, you're not going to do a massive amount with that, but because of where it is, but it's not lifted as such, it's gone. So you're not going to push anything back because it isn't there to put back. Yeah, it just needs a little bit of TLC, I think. I don't think there's a massive amount. Surface can have a clean up. Let's have a quick look at this surface in general. So where's the Blastoise? He is there. Say hello. This is looking good. Again, the surface itself isn't actually too bad. This is the bit. This wasn't as evident when you looked at it, but now I've got it under here. Jesus, it's quite a big crease. Now we're going to give that a go. I could potentially try and use the corner of the heat pen and see if I can get in amongst those ridges and flatten out, which is probably what I'm going to do. I don't really want to put this card in moisture because they don't like it, especially the ridged ones. That is potentially the only issue with this card, is that bit there. I can't see anything massive, but then I didn't see that ridge in the first place, so that's not a great benchmark, is it? But this is looking fairly clean. So yeah, we'll give this a clean up. We're going to give this a little wipe over, get all the crud off of it, and then we'll address that crease and see if there's anything we can do. Yeah, that's looking good. Perfect. So yeah, so now I've got this out. Let's get this light, get a bit of light on it from this camera. Let's see what we can see. So again, yeah, you can see that crease a lot more clearly now. That's a little bit annoying. Right, what we're going to do is I'm going to get my heat pen. I'm very prepared this time because I've got nothing in front of me. And you will remember my bit of plastic last time was battered, so we're going to get a new bit. Feel on it down. Right. Let's get this close to me so I can see where these are. I'm going to angle this light right down, so it might not do the camera any favours, but it's going to do me some. And that has made that very apparent now. I don't know if you can see that all the way back there on there, but that crease runs from there all the way down and up there. Now, I don't even know what would have caused that. It's almost like something's clamped it, but we are going to... So if I went over it flat with that, it isn't really going to get in the crease. You've got to go right with, where's my little thing? Yeah. Got to go right with this tip of this heat pen to get in amongst the grooves almost, and almost follow them. So you're looking for the pattern and you are following it. Let's get rid of that hair, not one of mine, personal joke. Right, so we're gonna go in this groove and try and see if we can encourage that. Now normally when I do this, you'll see me doing this. Not on this occasion. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I want something a bit harder. Yeah, that'll help me. Right. To be fair, that's actually not too bad. Let's see what, I mean, it's not out, don't get me wrong, but it's now, it's just about being patient. Again, you work this too much, you are going to stick, you're going to melt the plastic, or you're going to take the colour away from the card, and we do not want that. So do you know what? I mean, we'll stick this back underneath the microscope in a minute, but that is definitely an improvement. A little bit there, we're going to get that out. It's a weird crease because it's like something's clamped it down. I mean, you're never going to get it out fully, admittedly. There's some cards you will. This is potentially not one of them. And I've seen videos on people that have done a much better job of getting these out than me, but I'll tell you what, that ain't bad. I'm actually quite impressed with how much that's come out. Right, we're gonna what I don't want to do is take the texture away from the card because they'll notice it straight away. Definitely an improvement, which is good. Right, so we are gonna work on this a little tiny bit more. Again, not too much, it's all about patience. So it's 3-4 seconds with this, otherwise you start really doing damage. And again, it's making sure you've got something underneath, because you're not just warming up this, you're warming up what's underneath it. So if you're on, say, a bit of plastic, it'll melt the plastic through the card, so then you'll pick the card up and it'll be stuck to it. So don't do that. You'll see some people put wax paper underneath this. I do normally, but I'm on this mat, so it's not too bad. We're gonna work that again. Just keep taking it away. Right, and I think that is, we're going to call that there. I don't think I'm going to get much more out of that, and if I'm honest, I'm actually quite impressed with how much that's come out. A little bit on the EX. I know I keep saying I'm going to come away, and I'm doing more. Right. Little tiny bits there. That is definitely an improvement. We'll have a look at that again in a minute. I'm going to give it a clean first, though. I don't want to. I'm going to put this under because I want to see what difference under the scope the clean does. So let's get rid of you. Put you over there. Right, so again, we'll give this a wipe. Give this a wipe with some, not a lot, you don't want a lot of moisture. Said that before. Right, but we'll give this. These mega cards really, like, they don't look dirty, but when you start, I mean, that you can't see that probably, but there is grime on that. When you start getting in the ridges, really brings out the shine of the card. They look unreal. And we'll give the back a little love as well. I'm not going to play with the back of these too much. It's not, you're not getting that whitening out, I don't think. Looking at it, it's not lifted corners or folded back. It is just, no, nothing's there. Start playing around with it, you're just going to create problems, so we're not going to. I did run this under the scope as well, just have a look, and again, there's nothing really, it's not lifted, they're just, the whitening's gone, there's nothing there. So like this sort of thing, it's just worn away. So, one card. Not a fan, love cuts, Kurt's paste, but I'm not a fan of using it on these because they it gets into the ridges. So we are going to go with the 626 again. I'm going to drop 4 dots of that on. Give this a bit of love. Now again with these, I don't normally like going up to the edges, but you got to on Megas because they're shiny all over. So we'll give that a good wipe. This Blastoise card is really nice. And it's ridged, so you need to make sure you get all of this out, because if you do not, it will be noticed. So we are going to go over it with my cloth again, but let's get the bulk of it and then we'll give it another. But I'm really impressed with how much that crease has come out. Still there, don't get me wrong, it's not gone, but it has definitely come out a lot more. I don't know if you guys can see that, but look at the difference in the surface, like just the shine on that card. The surface is unreal, and that crease, I'm actually really impressed with that. I'm going to quickly get my camera out, we'll see what difference that's made. Right, so we're going to start at the top of the card again. Let's go up to this corner. So again, lot cleaner, lot cleaner. Now we're coming up to the area. This crease was in, so, I mean, again, it's not gone. I didn't think it was going to go, but how much more reduced is that up? I mean, you look at the before. There's a lot less than it was before, which is good. I might even have a second go at that, but the problem is I'm nervous because you keep working the same area and you can do it damage. That is a lot less prominent than it was before, which I'm happy with. Generally, surface of the card, so much cleaner. Little dot there, which I'm about to get. Where is that? A little pen gone there. Is that dot? I did this last time. Do you know what? I spent ages cleaning a dot off, or trying to anyway. Turned out to be an eye, and that sounds stupid because I was normally big on cards, but this wasn't. I'll find that again in a minute, rather than bore you lot on cam. And clean that. But yeah, it was a little dot and an eye on the corner, and I kept trying to think I needed to clean it off, and it wasn't an eye. It wasn't a dot. Sorry, it was actually an eye. Right, let's get back to the surface again. Right. So, one final go over. I've found that little dot now. It isn't a dot. It is literally a. We are ready to roll. So we are going to get a penny sleeve, clean one. You'll be pleased to add. And then get this bad boy ready. Quite that tight. Yeah, don't damage the card putting it in a top loader. That would make you look very stupid. We'll get some after pictures, and again I'll share these on both our Instagram, but that is looking lovely. Again, whitening, not really done it. It's taken a little bit. I cleaned a bit of the grime off, but the main focus is on the front of these cards, these Megas. There's not a lot I'm going to be able to do with the backs. I'm going to have a go on a few of them, but that is looking nice. So, one down. Next, do the Mega Rayquaza. So again, this is before. Not looking too bad. Again, nothing really fundamentally wrong with the front. It's got this glossy border across there, which is good. That'll come up nice when we give that a clean. I can't see anything apparent on it. Not something that I think I'd even pick up on the. This is the one. So this is the one with the whitening. I am going to stick this under a camera. I'm probably not going to film this bit though, because I just want to do it quick. But I'm just getting. You know what? You won't be able to see this, I don't think, because you're upside down, but I am just going to stick this under this camera quickly just to see if that is lifting. Oh no, it's not. It's gone. Right. Let's just have a play. See if we can manipulate what is there back. No, it's gone completely. Do you know what? I'm going to move the camera down so you guys can see this and you can see what I'm talking about. But certain whitening you can fix, some you can't. So let's see if I can show you this on camera. So some whitening you can get out. Now if that was folded back card, you could tease this bit back forward and get that back in place. But as you can see, there is nothing there for me to put back in place. So some's called lift in, some it's just folded back where it's just been knocked, and sometimes the card just bunches up in this corner here, and you can kind of manipulate it back. This isn't there, so there's nothing you can manipulate back, and to be fair, you stand more chance of causing more damage to the card trying to mess around with it than you do doing anything else. So corners are looking all right. Now when you look on the card, these look white, but they're not. Again, nothing folded back, so there's not anything you're going to be able to do with that little bit of whitening on that corner. This. Again, nothing there. The front of this card is gorgeous, so who cares what the back looks like, but... Move my hand. Right, and again, these are just gone. It's not... This is why people cut them. I wouldn't advise it. You don't get a better grade to actually figure out you've done it. But there is not a lot you're going to be able to do with that. But we will... surface on that is looking lovely, so we'll give that a good clean. Back, a little bit dull, but again, anything that's on that, we will get out of that as well. Again, I'm not going to bore you with the same stuff, you've seen me do it before, but we are going to give the back a clean. Don't have to do this, but I just like to. Just any surface grime on there, it will take off straight away. Unless you've owned the card from opening it from a pack. You obviously don't know where it's been, but back's a little cleaner now. Wasn't a massive amount wrong with this one, to be honest, not on the back. And then on the front, here we go. So another white. Get that off. I'll do that first because again, you put polish on the front, and then without doing that, and there's muck on it, then it doesn't really do it any favours. Oh, the 626. I am not a expert in any way at cleaning cards, by the way, but I just enjoy it. And the people that ask me to clean their cards don't know how to, so options are limited. There are probably people out there that could do a significantly better job than me, and I know that for a fact because I've seen their videos. They've also got a lot more equipment and have a lot more knowledge. But what we're looking to do is make these cards grade worthy. So they get the best possible grade, because there is nothing better than a card that the centering is perfect, the edges are perfect, and it comes back with a rubbish surface grade. So again, you can see on that card, look at the difference in the shine. So much better. And that, number 2. Again, straight into a top loader, so we're not messing around. And into the Dunzo pile. Right. Now onto the Primal, so it's Groudon first. Again, card's looking good. Nothing apparent on the front, a little bit of muck there. Nothing massive. Again, this has got that gloss border. And again, the back. I don't know if that's scratches or... It's almost like it's gone. We'll stick this under the microscope again. Do you know what I'm going to do to save me keep switching cameras as well? Let's have a look at the Primal Kyogre first. So again, nothing wrong with the surface. A little bit of something there, but I'm going to stick that under the camera as well. There is a crease on this right there. I've only just noticed that. It's hard. It's going to be hard to show you, but I'll show you on the camera. It's a crease down that primal bit, but we'll get the heat pen out and have a little work on that. Again, the back, a little bit of whitening there. We'll check that. Corners are lifted. Corners got a little bit of whitening all the way along the edge, but we'll see what we can do with that. Right, let's move these out of the way and then let's get the camera in here. Right, so we're going to start with the Kyogre this time. So again, this is the one I said there was a crease on the top. We're going to scoot, and there it is. Can you see that? Right down there. So we are going to get the heat pen on that, see if there's anything we can do. How far does it go? Oh, so it's only a small one then. It only goes as far as the primal. Right, that's potentially we'll be able to get that out then. That's good. I've looked at the surface of this already. There's nothing massively wrong. Again, that's the corner. So again, sometimes you can, but there's nothing there. So you're not pushing anything back. There's like literally nothing there to push back. It's just gone. It's looking very clean. So again, probably just a little scoot over. We'll have that sorted. Good. Okay, just a little bit dull. That's it. It just needs a bit of a spruce up, and that will sort that. That's looking good. And there's just an area there I wanted to look at. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but it keeps catching my eye every time I go over it. No, that is good. Yeah, this card's clean. It's good. Right, so area we need to focus on then is here. I am going to have a little play with that now, and we're going to come back. Right, so we've had a little go on this again. It's hard on these cards, but got it out a bit. It's better. I mean, it's not brilliant. Again, you can still make it out the top there, but I don't want to work it too much. But it's definitely an improvement from what the dark line it was before. So we're going to give it a clean now, and then that's how I'm done. So now just again another clean, so back on with the drops. Just get it over all the surface of the card. It will give it and then give it a rub. Don't press too hard, because you will bark the card, but get it everywhere. And then it's something that I've noticed that wasn't evident before on this card. That blue isn't actually a solid colour. It's got a pattern in it, which is actually really nice. I didn't notice that before. I'm not claiming I created that, but it's definitely more prominent now, which is exactly what we want to see. And that is Kyogre done. See the difference in that card now. That is looking lovely. Perfect. Right, let's get you in a sleeve. Straight in a sleeve and straight in a top loader. God, these are tight. They are new, so that is probably why. And there, another one done. Right, last one for tonight. So we know there's nothing wrong with this. I've run this under the scan already. This literally just needs a going over. So we are going to give the back a wipe. You know, when it comes to grading these, sometimes, like, there's white on this card. It's very evident, obviously, in the corners. There's not a lot you're going to do with it. But if you like the card enough, does it care? Does it matter? I just like having them in grade sometimes. Even these, I mean, you look at some of the vintage cards now, you think, like, the gold, I know this isn't a gold star, but the cards like that are a 5, 6, 7, their value's so high, and in years to come these are going to be the same. They're completely different to any other Pokemon card. And Mega is really blowing up at the moment, obviously, with a new set. Mega Evolutions, you've got Phantasmal coming out as well with a Charizard in. These are going to get really popular really quick. So I'm glad I've got on this train before it has, but right, so we are gonna get, where's that cloth? Oh, the front of this card is looking so good. Again, look at that, the difference that makes. Such a better. Perfect. Right, sleeve you up. So that is 4 cards tonight. We have got 4 left for Dan. So at the moment, this is going to be, it was meant to be part 2, but I pressed them a little bit longer, so I decided to clean these first. So we've got Dan's 4 Megas, creases minimised, cards nice and clean again, looking good, ready to go. And then we've got his other 4, the Umbreon, Espeon, Deoxys. These, you'll see, we'll see these because I've released a video already, but the Kingdra and the Latios, so there are 8. Is it 8? Can I count? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So there's another 4 to go. And we will have them done, hopefully, probably after a day or 2. They're taking a while to flatten, so once they're done, that should be good.